I'm checking everything. Where are we live on Rumble? I don't see it.
Let me look.
Never mind, I see it. Okay, we're good. I got the rest. You do you. Unless you are done. Please. We're good on Twitter. We are green lit on YouTube. And Facebook, we are live. All right, we're 5x5. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show, folks. Good to have everybody here. Livy and I are in the house tonight. No Leroy. Leroy was today where he was getting his hair plugs?
I think so.
Hair plug Friday?
Yes.
Or was that his facial treatment? His avocado and lemon zest facial treatment?
Spa day, I think.
Spa day. Okay.
He's getting his petty and his mani and...
Wasn't that a band in the 80s? The Spa Day? No, Sade.
Sade or something.
Right. Where basically her name was Sade.
Yeah.
But she pronounced it Sade. And smooth operator. I'm a monotone smooth operator. Yeah, I remember her. I couldn't stand her music.
I don't think anyone could.
Well, she won a Grammy, I thought. I'm not certain. A lot of trolls out in the world today. I went on Benny's page today.
Oh, how'd that
Yeah,
go?
that didn't go well. So every morning he posts a little church excerpt from the Bible, little Bible quote, and he goes, "To start the day, to start the good day." And then I said, followed by stealing content, lies, and deceit.
Oh, jeez.
Quite a few people liked it, but this one person comes on and she's like, "You're a wannabe." I'm like, "Lady, I've got 200,000 followers. He's got 2 million. I'm at 10% of his content in less than 3 years. He's been doing this for 20. I like my odds. I like where I'm at. So, what's a wannabe really? Everybody's a wannabe. There's always somebody better. Whatever. I just, people." So she, I can't, I probably shouldn't engage because the dummies would defend me to the point as well. The problem is that Benny won't interact. Like, he doesn't even read his page. He doesn't care. As long as he's making his money, he's happy. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? We got a lot to cover. Tonight, Robert DiNero opened up his mouth yet again.
Yay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Robert DiNero. We got some protest stuff, just the hypocrisy of these protests and some of the things that have been going on. We want to kind of put a bow on this because I'm not talking about this next week. I just don't care. Well, I care, but I don't want to care anymore. What the hell else are we doing, Olivia?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Wow, geez, Liv, thanks. Way to fill in the gaps. Hezbollah has a little message for the LGBTQ community and all the people who are protesting for them. So does Iran. So Iran and Hezbollah have a message. It's so great. This is going to be fantastic. And then California is the pit of despair.
Of course.
Don't even think about trying. Don't even think about trying to escape. If we only had a wheelbarrow, now that would be something.
Does anyone want a peanut?
His strength. My brain, his brawn. And a little thumb twiggling supposed to make him happy? If I had a month to plan, maybe. If I only had a Holocaust Coke. You like this? Why didn't you list that amongst our assets in the first place?
Welcome to the live showing of Princess Bride.
Now, if only we had a wheelbarrow. We had a wheelbarrow. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Pardon me, but do you have 6 fingers on your right hand? Left hand? Do you start all conversations this way? My father was slaughtered by a 6-fingered man. Osaya Capaferro usually go ahead and stops Capaferro. You are the brute squad. Liar! Witch! I'm not a witch, I'm your wife, but after what you just said, I don't want to be that anymore.
Comforting. Oh, boy.
Tasty like a lettuce and mutton tomato sandwich where the mutton is just right. Iocane. I bet my life on it. Odorless, tasteless, and dissolves instantly in water.
True love.
True love. Marriage. Hi, lady.
Are you done?
Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Why do you ask? Because I look behind us and someone is following us. Inconceivable. Probably some local fisherman out for a pleasure cruise in eel-infested waters. No matter. The coast of Gilder. Those are the screeching eels, Your Highness. They get louder when they're about to eat human flesh. I mean, if I stumbled across this show, I wouldn't leave. I would just be like, the voice acting is miraculous, and it's just...
It's the beautiful co-host that would, keep you here, right?
Beautiful lady. I'd rather go ahead and destroy a plain glass window. Surprise such as yourself. There's a shortage of perfectly good breasts in the world. It'd be a shame to damage yours. That doesn't really help with your case, but you're definitely pretty. The fairest maid. Boo! Boo! Why do you boo me? Because you had love! True love! He could track a falcon on a cloudy day. He could find you. What are the 3 things? Okay.
You got to stop.
ROUSs? Rodents of usual size? I don't believe they exist. We've uncovered the dangers of the fire swamp, and we can live there comfortably for quite some time. As you wish. Don't mock my pain. Life is pain, Your Highness. Anyone else that just says anything different is trying to sell you something. I died that day, and you can die too for all I care. Jesus, Grandpa, what kind of story is this? Is this a kissing book?
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree. Stop.
Just want to let everybody know, as a part of the DUM Club, if you have not been to the dumclub.com, we have scheduled our second meeting. I think it's the 23rd, whatever the Saturday is, the 3rd Saturday of the month. I have decided what we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching The Princess Bride together.
That may not work for me.
Okay, we'll figure it out. So
Hayden's birthday is that weekend, right?
She's not going to be here anyway. She's going to be at school. It doesn't matter. We're not going to do this on live. That is when we're having our thing, and we will have it's not her birthday. So
That's going to be a birthday party.
Then she can watch Princess Bride with us while we do this with the dumb crew. It's an hour. I think we can afford to do it. Well, it's going to be an hour and a half with the movie. I think it's like 97 minutes. Everyone's going to be fine. Join us, thedumbclub.com. We're going to watch Princess Bride. This is what we're going to do. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to join. No more rhymes now. I mean it. Anybody want to put it?
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The DUM Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The DUM Show on social media or thedumshow.com.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Offer me money, power, everything I desire. Yes, and more.
Hey, babe.
I want my father back, you son of a bitch. What?
Spreely's not up. It says it cannot.
It's not going to be up till 7 o'clock.
It's 7:06.
Double check it.
I have. I shut down the window. I reopened it. I refreshed.
Go to Spreely 1.
It's on Spreely 1, and that's Spreely 2 is a different video. Spreely 1, it says cannot play video. It's not loading. So I don't know if it's Spreely's end or what.
One second, please. Some bitch.
Whoops, that was the wrong one.
What are you doing?
I was trying to do the Jeopardy music. I hit the wrong one.
You need to get back into practice.
I know.
You're missing the mark. You got to learn how to hit the button. You should. Don't tell me that's my job. You say that all the time, and it's so overplayed and boring. Think of something fun. Here, play it again. I'm not done yet. I need another minute. Alt stream 1. I'm going to need more time, Captain. Destinations. 30 frames a second. Rebroadcast, simulated live broadcast, source, destination. I'm here. Our RTMT startup, live channel 1. Source, alt stream 1. There's no reason.
Let me know. Anyone else? Can anyone else get on Spreely? Because it's not happening.
Sorry,
on my
folks.
end.
I mean, usually we don't start the show until Spreely's on, so it's not like we, nobody else cares. That's a real bummer. Could not play video. Let me see if I have a network
Chat's
here.
working because I'm talking to Kevin, but the
Yeah,
video's not working.
I'm going to see if I have, whoa. Let's see if I've got, hello, thank you. Right. Spreely it's broadcasting. I mean, we even got people on Twitch. Here, let me call tech support. Do. Spreely 1 is a no-go, not streaming, not sure why. Will do a replay tomorrow. Let me know if I screwed something up. Okay. I'm on the Brute Squad. You are the Brute Squad.
How did you get that in your head anyway?
How do I get half the crap in my head?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no earthly idea. How did you get so hot?
I don't know.
See? Just don't know. I was born.
I just am.
I was born this way.
Yep, I was born this way.
I was born this way. I Lady Gaga'd it when I was in the womb. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Sorry, Spreely, folks. We want to get you back. I hope tech support can get us there. Olivia, welcome to the show. You haven't showed up all week again. It must be nice to work part-time.
Wow. Thanks for the welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. So it's good to have you.
Well, I was going to say it's nice to be back, but gee, thanks for the warm welcome.
So you've been awesome. You've been dad this week with the boy at baseball. So just great job. Thank you. He had a good pitching game last night. I saw some of the pitches. He did well. His batting is, he's getting frustrated because people are pitching all over the place around him, and
he had the perfect pitch last night. The first two pitches went over his head, so he had a duck. The third pitch was right down the middle, and he ducked, thinking it was going to hit him in the head.
He's got to stop that. He's scared. He's scared of the ball again. He's got to stop getting. He's scared of the ball. He's thinking about getting hit. He's got to stop that. You're gonna get hit once in a while. But that double that he hit, dude, why didn't he slide?
He's like scared of sliding. I don't know. We got to ask him why he doesn't.
I'm just gonna get him out there and have him slide. Sliding is the easiest damn thing in the world. You run real fast and you lay your leg down and you slide. It's not hard. I'll take him out there and put him in Levi's and maybe take him over to the ballpark and teach him how to slide. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. We've got quite a few people on already. Great to have everybody here. Liv, tell them what we do here.
We talk about current events, politics. We recite movie lines, sports, whatever. Kind of talk about everything and have fun. People said
I have to butter you up. Yeah, Izzo's song, the happy ending song, is fantastic. Is that actually a real song, or is? I've never heard it. I think it's fantastic. Really great looking hat. Yeah, I felt guilty. Somebody made me wear it last week, and I'm like, oh shit, I better put it on again this week. I haven't got my hair cut. I'm going to the dentist. Do you guys notice this when I talk? Matt, my like sipping sauerkraut on saucered seashores. It's not lispy, but you can hear that it's that's because I have my crowns. All my teeth are fake. Like the entire front are all fake. Every one of them. Because I had them knocked out by a rifle butt. So they do have some that have stumps. So my two front are crowns, porcelain crowns, but the back fillings washed out. It's been like 10 years. So they just broke off, and that happens with fillings. So I got to get into the dentist, but I had this one tooth right here, and you can't see that it's crooked until when I got in a fight when I was like 8 years old. It chipped, and it's lower than the other ones, so you can see it in my pictures and stuff. But every time they filled it, it would hit the top of the crown, and then it would just crack and pop out. Well, now, since they've got to fix this top port, I can get the bottom part fixed. So my beautiful smile will be intact, minus this one tooth that's missing over here because they had to extract that thing. And I'm not paying $5,000 at 50 years old for a replacement. At this point, I'm just like, I lost the tooth. That's it. My smile, I'm going to look like a pirate. So when we're role playing, I'm just going to be like, arr.
Can I call you Captain Jack Sparrow?
You can call me whatever you want on the last day of life, lassie. It's walking the gangplank for you. I've got a couple eye patches to put on you to blindfold you. Let me go ahead and get the bob and twine.
Are you trying to be Barbosa?
No, I wasn't. Not at all. I was just giving a generic pirate. But does it sound like Barbosa?
A little bit. At the last one, it sounded.
I'm acquiesced to your request. Yeah,
a little bit.
That's definitely Barbosa. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, see, what's funny is that when you're so good at impersonations, they just roll off the tongue. You just do them. Speaking of rolling off the tongue, I can't wait till we get into bed tonight. Did I drop that bomb? I did. No, Spreely's not working. Spreely's not working. We tried to get it working.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
And Terry's at a birthday party. So I know that. He went to a neighbor's birthday party. So it's not working on Spreely. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. Let's get to it. We got a lot to cover. It seems like we got enough people here now. Liv, have you been following the protests?
Not really. Whatever's on the news for a few minutes in the morning, that's about it. Unfortunately.
Why can't you ever just say yes?
Because
have you ever just on this show ever said the words, yep, I absolutely for shizzle my bizzle. Hey, Liv, tell people about Link Tap Go.
Link Tap Go.
Don't you dare read it.
I'm not going to.
Don't read it. It doesn't have the same feel. The dry run didn't go well. You ready?
No.
Okay, go.
Dry run
Get him.
Did not go well.
Get him.
You didn't give me time.
She's so embarrassed.
I am. I don't.
You
do
got to
well.
stop being embarrassed. Okay, let's do it together. Hi guys, my name's Matthew, and this is
The DUM Show.
No, Liv. No, Liv. God.
Okay,
Hi everybody, my name is Matthew Spear, and this is.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm sorry.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Olivia.
Okay, let's try it again. Hi everybody, I'm Matthew Spear, and this is
Olivia.
We created the DUM Show. From a time frame. We created the DUM Show
3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago. And we did it because a friend of ours excommunicated us out of their lives. And they were the godparents of our children. Very good friends. And they said, no more to you because we
voted for Trump.
You're doing great. You're doing great. So we created, at the same time, the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Yeah, you're doing good. Really, it's just really quality. We should record this and never play it again. And when we did, we created this wonderful experiment. We didn't know how big it was going to be.
Oh, how big it was going to be.
And it literally is our livelihood. And the reason it is, it's not just the ad revenue or where you can buy our shirts and our
coffee
and
our merch, mugs and hats and all that fun stuff.
You don't need to go through everything we carry. And we also get
ad revenue.
But it's not always
enough.
So what we do is request that the dummies
help and donate to the show.
But first, it's really important that you take care of
your family
and
veterans and your kids and birthday presents and
okay, we got it. Oh my God, stop stalling. And after all those things are taken care of, if
you have a few dollars to spare, we would love for you to donate to the show.
Don't say a few dollars. It sells them short. Let them give what they want, right? Don't spend the money in people's pockets. So that's sales 101. Don't look. You can't see inside their wallet. Don't try to. So after you've done all those things and you still have some
extra money, please donate to the show.
At?
Is it Link Tap Go?
It's on the screen, Liv.
Oh, linktapgo.com/the DUM Show. You dropped it on me like 15 minutes before we went on. I didn't have a chance to I read it once. I didn't have a chance to even make my own spin on it.
Please, folks, if you don't donate, she's literally going to commit seppuku when she's done because she's going to be like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, well, chapter 1, verse 3. You did great, honey. I'm so proud of you. If you have an applause button, make sure you give yourself one. Folks, you can go to linktapgo.com/the DUM Show. We're going to record that. And I'm going to play it every single night. And I think it's worth it. That's the commercial. It's fantastic. Hey, we're doing really well actually this month. $216.38. We appreciate it. That covers the internet cost. But if you guys could help us out, we appreciate it. You can track right down there. If you go to linktapgo/the DUM Show, you can click on tip and it will show up right now. It'll pop up ahead. And if you don't do that, you can actually go to PayPal and I'll see it and I'll put it in there. By the way, folks, if you can't give, we completely understand. Please like the show. We got 145 some odd people, and all you gotta do is hit like on Facebook. Please do that. That makes a difference. Getting to the show, we want to start it.
What is I can't see because on my screen, the new button is popped up, but what is our goal for the month?
Our goal for the month is 1,500 is what we did 1,000 last month. That was our stretch goal. So we're going to do the same thing, 1,500. And if everyone can help, that's great. Okay. Ready to go? Mm-hmm. First things first. California, Liv, our beautiful old home state that we loved. I mean, I loved living. Did you like living there?
It was better than Albuquerque. I was just glad to be out of Albuquerque, but I didn't mind it. No, I knew it was a stepping stone to somewhere else, and I knew we didn't want to live there forever. But
it's a nice house, though.
It was a nice house, yeah.
It wasn't Houston.
No.
Houston was awesome.
Yes.
I think it's Houston, this house.
Honestly, Albuquerque, I love that.
Albuquerque, yeah. Well, I think this house
Albuquerque,
is better than Albuquerque. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah,
better.
that was like 1,900 square feet. That was a starter.
Doesn't matter. Nice house. We're getting into it. Here's California, the state of the world today. Folks, the police did a raid on a warehouse. They found hundreds of thousands of dollars of shoplifted merchandise in California. It's really hard to believe that this state has gone this way. It was one of my favorite places to live obviously when I was younger, because it's all I knew. But I enjoyed it when I went back.
Here to LA County.
Here is where California is. We saw Governor Newsom try to go ahead and play the card against Adam Carolla last night, where he couldn't actually say that the whole voter ID and people getting bank accounts had nothing to do with the intelligence level of black people and Hispanic people, because Gavin Newsom doesn't want to say that, even though Adam Carolla just drilled him. But the crime is also rampant, and it's in only certain areas, folks. This isn't happening in Beverly Hills. This isn't happening in Topanga. This isn't happening in Valencia. This is happening in the inner cities, and this is what we get. Look at this. You gotta watch.
Into what appears to be a small market in South LA. Once inside the store, this LA County Sheriff's team found boxes piled floor to ceiling, filled with cosmetics, medication, and toiletries, along with a stash of sensors. Investigators tell us this location is used to relabel products believed to be stolen.
Over hundreds of thousands dollars worth of products stolen, and which we're going to try to recover as much as possible.
Once inside, detectives were joined by investigators from corporate stores like CVS, Target, and Walmart, who pulled out boxes and boxes of stuff they believe were taken from their stores. I want to show you what's happening here. You can see that they're loading all of the products into the
Liv.
Thank you to whoever just donated.
It's Anon.
Well, it's anonymous, so it's whoever just
Yeah,
donated.
but you say Anon. Thank you. Everyone knows Anon's one guy. It's the Anon guy. Thank you, Anon. We appreciate it. I mean, geez, you did that. That's all you.
Both corporate investigators from CVS and Walmart are here, and they're able to identify if their products came from their stores. And it's very easy to do because many of these products still have tags on them.
And Anon, thank you for joining the Gold Plan. Excited to have you as a Gold Club member. We'll get you on the website. Let me know if you want your name to be Anon or not, but you will be there. Thank you so much for giving.
Market was just one of 12 locations. The Organized Retail Crime Task Force served search warrants at Thursday morning. Investigators say it's all a part of a single criminal organization believed to be connected to recent smash and grab robberies and cargo thefts in Arizona, Nevada, and California. All brought right here to LA County.
We've identified over 10 individuals involved in this particular operation, but there's numerous out there because we are considering them crews.
At this warehouse in Florence, detectives found dozens of pallets of household goods.
Well, you gotta say that when you
thank you, some guy.
Some guy. You think we've got?
I think of Fall Guy when some guy. I don't know why.
Fall Guy, the TV show,
the movie Fall Guy.
Oh, with Ryan Reynolds. I'm thinking of old Fall Guy with Lee Majors, which
I
was
remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
What a fantastic movie! And it had Heather Thomas in it. Holy crap! And the song was great. You know, it had it was like Jerry Reed, Smokey and the Band. I love the Fall Guy. What a great movie! It had the guy from Scarecrow and Mrs. King or whatever it was. It was Kate Jackson and the good-looking guy from.
My mom used to watch it. I just
Cuffs.
don't know.
Yeah, Scarecrow and Mrs. King, that's what it was. Scarecrow and Mrs. King. That's a great show. You should watch that show. God, I haven't thought about that in years. California, folks, here's what it comes down to. Liv, do you know how long it's been since California was a Republican state?
Whenever Schwarzenegger was in office, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
No, I thought he was Republican.
Yeah, not really. He was married to a Kennedy.
Then Ronald Reagan?
Ronald Reagan, 1984. California went to the red side. And California has a lot of Republicans, a ton of conservatives in it. It's actually quite prolific, full of conservatives. In fact, Orange County is one of the only big areas in the United States that's predominantly conservative, because there's a lot of money in Orange County and people want to keep their money. But California has turned into a kind of a shithole, for a better word. And whether it's property value, whether it's overall jobs, whether it's infrastructure, this is what you can expect from California. Retail businesses are fleeing California at a rapid rate. And the reason why they're fleeing is because they cannot afford to continue security. They can't afford to continue to hire. People don't want to work in the retail environment. And if you don't know this, did I walk you through how many stores are closing their doors across the United States, from CVS to Starbucks? Did you see what happened to Starbucks stock this morning?
I did not. You told me that it was tanking, but I didn't actually see what it was.
They have lost billions upon billions of dollars. Their new CEO is absolutely just making a complete cuckery of the company. And you have to look at these companies, whether it's be Apple, whether it be Kroger, whether it's CVS or HP, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. People are shutting their doors. Microsoft is closing most of their retail stores, which were, usually across the street from Apple. And the amount of jobs that are opening up in the private sector, because retail is really a starting position for a lot of people. It's how I started my career. And if all of these locations are closing, what are we to do? I mean, I may have to enter the job market. And I'm terrified to enter the job market, considering that retail is closing down, because they're losing to places like Amazon and Wayfair, and people are buying their stuff online because people have become antisocial, or they don't want to go out to California, and they don't want to go get shot, or they don't want to get mugged or robbed. And this is what's...
And the cost of gas. I mean,
it's
to
crazy.
drive to the stores.
Oh, it's insane. So in this situation, California is reaping what it sows. It's extremely hard on business. Property taxes are incredible. Overall taxes are incredible.
Electricity is insane.
Oh, tell them that story.
Oh my gosh. So we moved there in January 2013. I was like 4 months pregnant with Ethan. And I got our first big electric bill, which was like, I think I got it in June, and it was after May. So living in Bakersfield, it gets hot pretty early. It was like $850 for a month. And I just about shat myself when I saw that. And then the next month it was almost $1,300. And that's when we're like, we're getting freaking solar. I mean, it was insane. So, but even with solar, we still had to pay the solar monthly. And then even though we didn't get a monthly electric bill, we got an annual electric bill to pay for what our solar didn't pay for, which was about $2,300 a year anyway, which, yeah, not saving much, but still. The cost of electricity is insane out there.
Yeah, it's just overall California is not what it used to be. And California used to see about a 7-year real estate roll where it would face a little bit of a recession and people would move out, and usually aligned itself with the droughts as people got sick and tired of no rain and they would leave. And that's happened now consecutively for 21 years, and people aren't returning. And California is continuing to fight the raising of property taxes and the raising of taxes in the state to continue to support its illegal immigrant problem that it has, and its policies, by putting that bill on people. And more people are fleeing, which means that the burden falls on the rest of the people who are remaining. California is in a horrible state. As being one of the 4th largest economies in the world, it is going to fall by the wayside. If this continues, California will experience a recession that will be absolutely devastating. And you got to look at who they've had in the governor's seat. And yeah, Jerry Brown was a huge draw on the economy of California, and his extensive progressivism and changing of overall criminal law and holding people accountable, from his overspending on programs of welfare inside California, bad investments from a state perspective, paying for an exuberant amount of water and sending that money back into Arizona and Colorado with the Colorado River and Utah, and spending an exuberant amount of money for the aquifers that they would pour into California and literally dump hundreds of millions of gallons of fresh water because they didn't have the ability and reservoirs to hold that water, and they would just dump it into the ocean. I mean, California was wasting money by just literally dumping fresh water into the ocean. And they saw that their hotel industries were having a huge draw on their fresh water supply. So they stopped cutting money for agriculture, and they stopped giving fresh water to the farmers, and they were giving it to the hotels, who were washing hundreds of thousands of bed linens an hour. And this is California. These are the decisions they make. This doesn't surprise me. Retail theft in Bakersfield. You remember there's a video where you can actually see me in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I watched multiples of those videos.
And 26 people came in to the Valley Plaza Bakersfield store. I'm in the video, and I'm holding a couple of my people back. And they just walked in and they took everything in the store. They took 50 phones. They took every iMac. They ripped everything out of the wall. They just gutted our store and took like $175,000 worth of product, 26 people in a matter of 40 seconds. And it's on video. And this is why I left retail in Houston, in Texas. We launched the Xfinity Mobile, and I was one of the reasons why they recruited me from Apple was to launch the Xfinity stores, to help build the retail stores, design the stores. I had a chance to go out to Philadelphia and walk the store and critique the store and tell them what was right, what was wrong, what needed to be fixed. And the one thing I told them is you guys are spending all of the kit and caboodle on the looks, but you have no security. These things that you have, these little tags that are holding these phones, they're going to get snapped off in a matter of seconds. You have to have physical security. You've got to have physical security from somebody protecting these kids. They're going to get strong arm robbed. And Olivia remembers these fights. And I, would get calls in all hours of the morning because they would drive trucks through our stores. And once I said that, well, you need to put bollards out in the front. You need to put gates on the front. This is the reason I left retail. And I have no desire to go back. And unfortunately, I can't imagine myself going back. I'll probably go back in the restaurant business, to be honest with you, and go be a server or something, because I just can't get back into this business. But this is where California's at. This is where it is, and it's not going to change anytime soon. They're just going to continue to go down with leadership like Gavin Newsom, who is just absolutely horrible. Whatever happened to the people that robbed the store? Nothing. Police officers were inside the Valley Plaza Mall because there was an average of a shooting there a week. This is Bakersfield. And, I went there because I was willing. And we did very well. We had the -- 1 NPS store in the world, and from customer service and employee happiness level. It was a great store to work at. We did a great job. But nothing happened. There were police officers, just let those guys go. They were told not to stop them unless they, shot somebody or physically harmed somebody. They were to be let go.
I don't understand that.
Well, because the cops don't want to get shot. So that's what it is. Yeah, don't live in California. That's the lesson. Here is a
Oh, there was a question. Would that whole thing with the warehouse, would that fall under RICO?
I guess it depends. It depends on which statutes were ultimately broken. The value certainly falls under a RICO. But it depends. But those crime elements most certainly are RICO cases because they're tri-state. So this is what happens. They follow the weather patterns. And it usually starts in Houston, Austin, then moves to El Paso. And then from El Paso, it goes into Albuquerque, New Mexico, or Phoenix, Arizona. And then from Phoenix goes into Southern California, predominantly San Diego, moves into Orange County, goes through the Valley of Bakersfield, goes into Los Angeles, goes up to Tarzana, goes up to Sacramento, San Francisco, goes up to San Jose, Paso Robles, all completely north, and then moves up into Washington and Oregon, and it follows the weather patterns. So this crime element, this is what they do. And they steal SIM cards, they steal phones, they sell them in Iran, they sell them in North Korea, they sell them in places that have embargoes on them where Apple doesn't sell, and they make tens of thousands of dollars on an iPhone. And this is what they do. And there's crime elements that do this. So when you look at this, this is an organized element. And so this would be an international issue. And these gangs they were like the San Capistrano swallows. We could tell you the day and the hour that they were going to come by. And I would literally get on phone calls with Comcast and the stores and tell them, hey, this is your week. You're going to get hit. And we could track it. Because this is what we did in Apple for 5 years. And to the day, these gangs would come in and they would just constantly hit. So yeah, I mean, I guess it falls under a RICO statute, but here's the problem is that it's just like these protest groups. Nobody knows where it's coming from. They know they're funded. Have you guys seen the signs? There's those signs that they make with a little piece of wood in it and the printout. Those things are about $50 a piece. To get a full color 48 by 48 poster board in full color, double-sided, laminated with a professionally done, you're probably looking at $50 for 5. And I saw thousands of those farkin' things. Who's funding that? What about all the brand new tents, brand new sleeping bags, all the food that they had, gas masks that they had? They had instant rice and cereal. They had water. They had canteen fuel. They had hand sanitizer. I mean, cases of stuff. Did you guys even see? I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars of supplies and food. And where did all this come from? Why are they finding communique that's from 3 years ago about this? A year ago about this, coordinating with states and giving them instruction on this. Folks, do you think that this is an accident that it's happening right before the election? It happened in 2016. It happened in 2020. Here's a quick video. I did it today. A little bit of a funny, because the keys to this are, first of all, that everyone says that these are kids, right? Well, they're not kids. We know they're not kids. And the second thing about this is that they're old. All of them are old, right? They're not college age. That's what we keep hearing. You guys had a chance to hear Amy last night, who cussed somebody out because everyone's like, they're not kids. And she's like, oh yeah, they are. Well, I decided to play on that. Here's the video so you guys can watch it. Livia hasn't had a chance to see this, so this should be fun. Here it is. Good morning, Don't Unfriend Me Nation. Matthew Spear reporting at all universities across the nation. There's a change in the student council nationally. Peace River, she's 13 years old, and he is on the Doogie Howser Scholarship. She is the health and wellness, they are the health and wellness facilitator. They will institute pizza-flavored donuts for the fall semester and free weight loss plans featured by Ozempic. Next up, Mad Mardigan Crowley, 25 years young, director of social harmony, will ensure peace and harmony for all. Well, except for MAGA-loving Nazis and filthy Jews. Oh, and rich people. Except for Soros and celebrities. And never mind, they will let you know who to hate on an ongoing basis throughout the year. How about Harmony Willow, 19 years old, chiefess of verbal sustainability and document harmony, implementing school free speech policies drawn from Fahrenheit 451, Animal Farm, Alinsky's playbook, and Stalinist Marxist ideology. How about this gentleman? Title unknown. Malik Al-Farak, age unknown. His job description? It only says Madbad Amrika. Strange. And then the Grand Arbiter of Chaos, 666 years old. 16 years old. He will orchestrate mayhem and unrest across America's streets, financing chaos with a clandestine hand, just like 2016, 2020, and Well, conveniently, 2024, right before the elections. The whole thing reeks. The whole thing just stinks to high heaven.
Yes.
And half of the people that they said that they were something like out of the 400 that were arrested in Colombia, 300 of them were adult females and males. And something needs to be said about the people who are doing. What is up with fat white women? No offense, but what's up with fat white women? They're everywhere. And
Only way to get attention?
I don't know, but it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying all fat white women are crazy. I'm just saying all fat white women who are liberals are crazy, and they're everywhere. I mean, it baffles me. But we talked about this. This is where we're at as a society. It's not going to change anytime soon, and it's just going to get worse before it gets better, because this is what the administration says about it. Listen to this. Listen to this interesting thing, Liv. Oh, Matt, why did I leave tech? Two reasons. One is that I was recovering habitual addict to prescription medication after my surgeries. And I ruined my job at Apple. I got to a point where I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't get out on the floor with my team. The medicine, I was horribly depressed. I was a bear to be with. I was a bear to live with. And I burned so many bridges. So I went on a leave of absence and I went to HR and I said, I got to go get myself fixed. And I went and got a surgery that I was waiting to do. I had already had my fusion. They did a discectomy. They put 2 rods in my spine and a pacemaker in my back, and it didn't work. And I went through like 12 or 13 injections. It was horrible. So I wasn't good. And, but after that year of being off, I went through recovery and locked myself in a room. And Olivia was just like, good luck, and tried to help me through it. And it was horrible. And some of the most torturous, painful things that I've ever went through in my life. And I had restless leg syndrome to the point where she used to have to sit on my legs to get them to stop. And I would have to go into a bath every 15 minutes, boiling hot water, to the point where I'd come out with like blisters on my skin. She would get a tea kettle and boil it at 212 degrees and pour it in the bath. And I would go into it. And I literally, that's the only thing. I had to burn my legs and get them to stop being in pain. I was throwing up, diarrhea, dehydrated. I think I lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you lost a lot.
And then I put it all back on 2 weeks later. And I still didn't eat anything, but my body just went through these horrible withdrawals. I must have cracked 2 or 3 teeth from shivering at night. I mean, it was horrible. And we couldn't afford the rehab because in California, it's $30,000 a stint.
Insurance doesn't cover it.
Insurance doesn't cover it in California. Now they do, thanks to Donald Trump. But I just quit. I took it and I flushed it down the toilet. And all the doctors, my pain management doctors, were like, what the hell are you doing? And I quit. And I got up after I was done withdrawing and I did a push-up and I ran for 10 seconds on the treadmill and I almost died. I think I got my heart rate up to like 240 beats a minute. My chest was going to explode. And I just started eating right and taking care of my body and lifting. And when I went through it, I think I was 58, 59% body fat. And I had 108 pounds of muscle mass on my body at 6'4", 252 pounds. And now I'm 225 and I've got like 186 to 176 pounds of muscle mass on my body. So completely just a different change. So I quit and I went to NBC Comcast and I decided I just needed a fresh start. We got out of California, went to Texas, did that for 3.5 years. And then I got a job offer to go work for Flags of Valor and I took it. And that's why I got out. So there it is. Yeah, the story is ridiculous. I mean, that's like the short, truncated version. If I showed you pictures of what I look like, it's, yeah. Did I say vasectomy or discectomy? Discectomy. I haven't had a vasectomy. I'm not shooting blanks. The baby batter is in full production. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't think I'm shooting blanks, but I'm just We're
Closed. Baby
closed.
factory
Baby
is closed.
factory is closed. Anyway,
Nope.
now that we've walked down that lane, we can tell the story sometime. Maybe we'll do it on a dumb club. Let's watch this. This is the administration. And I gotta love Peter Ducey, man. He KJP, I think when she goes home, she either masturbates to Peter Ducey's picture or she urinates on it. And they might be,
I'm gonna guess it's the latter because doesn't she like women?
it might be one and the same, right? I mean, because if you do it right, you're gonna get the best of both worlds. But that's a whole nother conversation. Here we go.
Something else that it somehow slipped my mind
How is
over
that?
the last couple weeks.
Oh,
Is
goodness.
it video?
You are an alumna
Yeah, hold
of
on.
Columbia.
It's only playing in mono. That's not my fault. Whoever recorded this has it in mono, so it's only going to play in one ear for you guys. I'm sorry. If you're wearing headphones, it's going to suck. Watch this.
Something else that it somehow slipped my mind
How is
over
that?
the last couple weeks.
Oh, goodness.
You are an alumna of Columbia University.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Well, you, in all the talking about it, you haven't brought it up. You told Columbia students a few years back,
Yeah.
don't lose the idealism that you have. So what do you tell
Oh,
them
you
now?
did. You did some research. Oh
All
my
I do
gosh.
is research and just hope that you call on me.
You did. You
But
did
no,
some.
what do you tell
I mean, look.
the students
Look.
who have followed
I mean, look.
It's not transferring over. I'm so sorry. See if I can get video on this. That's better. Sorry.
Oh, and that's actually going to be a great segue to the student journalist that we have in the room, Danny. After I answer this question.
I do have one more. Sorry, Danny.
It's okay. So, look, I'm not speaking on behalf of me. I'm not. I speak on behalf of this president. That's my job. And I believe in this president. I believe in the work that we do. It is an honor and a privilege to stand at this lectern every day to speak to you and all your colleagues and to take your questions. It is not about me. And really, your question and what you're asking me and what I have said to students is pretty much what the president has said. All Americans have the right to peacefully protest within the law. They have to. We have the right. That's what makes this country so great, right? That's what makes when we're talking about our freedoms, our democracy. That's what's so important. To have the opportunity to agree and disagree, and do it in a peaceful way. That's important. And the president also called out, if you are breaking an entry and you are taking over buildings, that is not peacefully protesting. And the president was very clear about calling that out as well, and also anti-Semitism, and calling it what it is hate speech.
My last one.
Yeah, that's not quite true. You were sitting with me at breakfast when Biden went ahead and addressed the protest. Do you remember what word he left out?
Jews.
Jews. He said anti-xenophobia and Islamophobia and anti-Muslim and Arab sentiment and anti-Semitism, which refers to Arabs too. See, people think Semites are Jews. Semites are everyone in the region. All you gotta do is just look up Semites and what it stands for, and it's not exclusive to Jews. He didn't mention Jews. And he didn't say hate against Israel. And Soviet Jedi's here. Nice to see you, buddy. You're usually over on Twitter, so good to have you here. To me, I think you are on Twitter right now. Good to see you. Twitter's dead over on live, so it's good to have you here, buddy. Usually people don't comment, so please comment more. He is on Twitter. I can see it right there. But the whole thing about this that just drives me absolutely crazy is they are so careful not to offend anyone that they offend everyone. Muslims are absolutely pissed at the Biden administration. Jews are pissed at the Biden administration. Lesbians and gays are pissed at the Biden administration. White women, white men, educated, uneducated, black. It doesn't matter. Dude, he is absolutely down in every single category.
Into what appears to be a small market in South LA.
I have no idea where that's coming from.
Is that
Once inside the store, this
Susie,
LA
my
County
Time
Sheriff's
Life
team
operator?
found
No.
boxes piled
It's you.
floor to ceiling,
From where?
filled with cosmetics.
you've got a page open somewhere?
I have no idea where.
Listen, if you don't want to take this show seriously, you can just leave.
Oh, I have no idea where. 'Cause-
Are you on OnlyFans? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
It's
I
so-
know you caught me. I'm sorry.
So anyway, the whole thing is that Biden is always so cautious about not offending people that he offends everybody. And he's going to have to take a side. And it's clear which side he's taken. They know they're not going to win Florida, so Jews are out. And he's got to save Minnesota. And he knows that Ilhan Omar, and he knows that Rashid Tlaib and Ayanna Pressley and the squad, AOC, have him by the balls. And they have the Muslim vote. And he knows that he can't come out and condemn the hatred for Jews, because if he does, he's going to alienate the Muslim vote. And that's all this is about. MSNBC, listen, he is ahead nationally. Anyone that thinks that Donald Trump's ahead, I think is severely disillusioned. I think there's certain areas where Joe Biden is not ahead. But remember, the national vote is very different. It's going to narrow. So Donald Trump could be ahead by 20 points. It won't matter. Biden could be ahead by 20 points because nothing is going to matter when it gets to November. They're going to be within 3 to 4 points of each other by November. And by the time the voting happens, it happens every election. The primary, they both go to their corners, right and left. And then when the general election, they go to the middle. So Biden is already playing that game. And we've seen since he's come to the middle that his poll numbers are improving because he's not espousing bullshit about the border anymore. And he's not talking about giving away free college as much as he was. He's now addressing the issues and trying to play middle president. But the problem is people's pocketbooks speak a hell of a lot more effectively than him. And people are tired of it. Amy says, 5/4/24, May the 4th be with you.
Star Wars.
I'm all about Revenge of the 5th, baby. I'm all about May the 5th, the Revenge of the 5th. Who cares about Jedi? They're fascists. All right. Here is a video just that ties this all together, protests. You'll love this, Liv. This is the head of Hezbollah. And I always think it's important to listen.
And toiletries, along with a stash of sensors.
Okay, Liv.
I have no idea. I haven't opened anything.
I'm serious, Liv. You better stop. You're punking me. Ashton Kutcher, where are
I
you?
haven't opened anything. I just have my
Investigators tell us this location is used to relabel products.
Liv? Okay, you know what? We're closing all of them. I don't trust you.
I have no idea.
I think I'm getting punked. Ashton Kutcher. Where's Demi Moore? Where's...
I have no idea.
I mean, I understand he's X now. When are you going to change it from Twitter to X? I mean, I still have to type in just buyx.com. It's only going to cost you, what, 25, 30 billion for that? I mean, come on. Get it together, Elon. All right, here's the video. You better knock it off, Liv. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this to you because I understand you're going to be able to understand this prick. Leader of Hezbollah. What do studies reveal? According to studies, whoever becomes embroiled in homosexuality cannot walk out of homosexuality. They are stuck. They really are. Even if they become aware, noticed, asked for forgiveness, repented, or even cried at night, they could become aware of their situation, ask for forgiveness and repent, and even fast. This was experienced by some people. I've heard of some people and know of some others abroad. This happened to them. They became aware of it. Started praying all night, crying. But to no avail, they are stuck. Now, concerning such crimes that destroy the families and society, we have crucial provisions in Sharia. But here's the difference, because a point should be mentioned here. If a person commits adultery, may it be a man or a woman, if they committed adultery and were unmarried, they shall be flogged. And if they were married, in accordance with the ruling of a judge, they shall be killed. In case of homosexuality, no distinction is made between an unmarried and married person. In case of homosexuality, for the first time, even if they were unmarried, they shall be killed. I just wanted to make sure what all you abortion chicks and whether you like people with slits or dicks, you'd be put to death. This is a proxy of Iran, Hezbollah, Beirut, Lebanon. Yeah, you know. Also aligned with the IRGC, Sharia law, with the PIJ, with Hamas, with the Houthis. All of them feel the same way. And you stupid sons of bitches are protesting for them, and they would murder all of you. And this is the leader of Hezbollah, and this is what he says.
Completely uneducated people.
People are you're idiots
and ignorant. They don't want to know.
Can we have black people start protesting for the Klan? Can we just have a bunch of African? You notice how nobody in the inner city is coming back, and they're waiting for the Klan to come back, right? They're like, we just want Nazis in the Klan just to rear their heads again. We really feel that they would represent us properly. No, because they're not idiots. These people believe in Sharia law. They believe that every woman, including my wife, right now should be flogged and whipped and caned for what she's wearing. The makeup, showing her arms, showing her face. She should be beaten. I should beat her. Now, I often do, but
it's for other reasons.
She likes it. So, but that's the law. And if she talks back to me, I have the right to punish her even further, and to the point of cutting her tongue out if she really, truly offends me. Maybe throwing acid on her face to humble her lust for her own self-worth and beauty. And if she has another lover, I don't kill the lover. I maim her. Because that's her sin, not his. Sharia law is just a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
Someone explain to me what these people are doing and what they're calling for. It's the most antithetical thing that I've ever seen. You're homosexuals. Some of you are adulterers. Some of you are bisexual. Some of you are queer or transgender. Some of you are not Muslim. And you're not Muslim. And even though you are espousing protection for Palestine and Gaza,
you don't mean anything.
You don't mean anything to these fucking people.
They would kill you in a heartbeat.
Unless you swear fealty to Allah, you're going to be summarily executed. They don't give a shit. And then trust me, even if you swear fealty to Allah, you're never going to hold the same worth as a true Muslim. And once they kill all the gays and they kill all the women and they kill all the abortionists and adulterers, they'll start killing each other because that's what Muslims do. And who do you think's going to die first? The Americans who have Indian blood, have German blood, have European blood, the infidel, who may not know that they have some Jewish blood and descent in them, they'll all be summarily executed too. You people have no clue what it's like over there. You have no idea. And they've been sold a lie. All of these children, and they are children, 18 or not, have been sold a lie because groups like Qatar and UAE and Saudi Arabia have put billions of dollars into American colleges. Every single one of them is dirty, from New York University to Columbia to Harvard to Pepperdine to Austin, University of Texas. Every single major university has been given millions and billions, and I say billions with a B, New York University, $347 billion since 1987. Let me say that again. $347 billion to donations. Do you think that buys you some access? Liv, what do you think we would do if someone donated $347,000 to us? What would we do for that person besides give them a blowjob?
Well, I don't know.
You're giving them a blowjob.
Yeah.
No, I'm just letting you
Throw
know.
them in the middle.
Right. You're going to get an extra special, we call that the Platinum Dildo Club.
We'll give you our children.
Jeez, I think that was a little, that much? Yeah, that's cheap. That's okay. All right. Better than what China offered. Okay, so someone gave us $347,000. What do you think that would get from us?
A lot of respect and a lot of thankfulness.
I don't think respect, but I would be very grateful. I would probably ensure that person felt that they were appreciated and taken care of. I would go above and beyond for that person and do something super special for that person. Whatever it took, but it gets you access, right? And I'm sorry, but that's the way money works. And I appreciate people who are like Amy. I'm forever loyal to Amy, and I'm forever loyal to the mods. I'm forever loyal to Leroy and Amy Robinson and everybody who helps the show, of course. But somebody gives you $347,000. It's going to buy you instant access. Well, tell me that this isn't happening. Tell me that these courses that are being taught in these colleges are not absolutely to indoctrinate our children from within. And when we look back to 2014, where the Republicans and the Tea Party said that Sharia law was coming to the United States, no, Sharia law was never coming to the United States. It will never be here. Our women are too damn stubborn. So instead, what they do is they change the ideological values of our country to self-implode and self-deprecate. And we've lost our identity. I mean, do you really believe that this generation loves this country unequivocally, that they care about the patriotism, that they care about our flag?
No, they haven't been taught it. They don't know what it stands for. They don't know what it means. And they are a bunch of children. Anyone who throws a temper tantrum is a child.
It's pretty frustrating. Here's an example. I deal with these people every single day. And trust me when I say this, I absolutely want to put my fist through a wall because I deal with these clowns. I just want you to listen to this. And you talk about children. And this is the Sunny New Paltz encampment discussion with President Wheeler is what this is called. And I want you to look at these people. I want you to look at these clowns. And when I say clowns, I mean clowns. But before we get started here, folks, if you have not had a chance, if you could do me a favor, stop by linktapgo.com/thedumshow. We are 100% funded by
us. You guys, the viewers. Sorry.
We have our advertising, Facebook, which used to take care of all of our advertising. And honestly, it took care of us very, very well. And it helped us afford our bills and gas and food and everything else. Has decided to remove that program from all major podcasters. And unfortunately, the other channels across social media are not as big. So we have, unfortunately, after 3.5 years, have to start asking for donations. So this show is funded by you, by the listener. If you appreciate the content, if you appreciate the work we do, you appreciate the conversations, the news site that we have, all the videos that we do, the memes that we do, and all that other stuff and the interaction, please consider donating to The Dumb Show. We would appreciate it. linktapgo.com/thedumbshow. If you hit tip, it'll show up right now. If you go to PayPal, it'll show up on our email. Either way, we will make sure you get some accolades before we end the show. Let's listen to this.
Understand that it is a policy. We are here and willing to accept consequences until you are willing to fold to our demands.
Fold to your demands, but then you said negotiate. This isn't ending until our demands are met.
Should we take down the tents?
No!
Tents are a problem. I know that is in our policy. Hammocks are also in the policy, and that has been ignored for years on end and is used in our marketing campaign. It's unfair to me that we're using the policy now, but we haven't been using it to the hammocks for years on end.
Okay, and the hammocks don't stay up permanently. either, right?
When it's nice out, hammocks are out pretty much 24/7, and I see our marketing and social media team very frequently using that for PR.
Thank you for noting it.
Is there anything that you have any questions about? Have we been unclear about our demands?
I also understand that there's some things that SUNY New Paltz doesn't do because they're not in our control.
Why can't you give it to
For example, we don't control the contract pieces the way you laid it out.
But it's our money. We
get
are giving you this money, and so we are paying your bills. We are paying your paychecks. It is your responsibility, President Wheeler. It is your responsibility.
Thank you, Melanie, for our super chat. We appreciate it.
Have given you our
Very
demands.
kind of you.
We have organized here together, and we are not leaving until you figure it out.
And I would say what I would like to do is to be able to work with you to bring your concerns to the places where they can make an impact.
You can come here
Okay.
and come back with what they say.
And
There's a card with the demands on it. You can take it to your people up in Albany. You can come back here.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, and I also have to say that I would rather that this not escalate the way other campuses, because you all have done a phenomenal job.
That's up to you.
That is
your responsibility. That's your responsibility.
We're here peacefully as of right now. That escalation is not going to come from us. That escalation will come from the police. If you call the police on us, like this president of Columbia did, that is when escalation will happen. It's very simple. It's the ball is in your court. We have told you what we're doing. We've been very upfront. It's up to you.
Oh my God.
The fact that he's out there even.
Dude, what a pussy. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, we're
dude,
paying for your salaries. I'm going to assume you're not even a student.
You know what I would say? Your scholarships are summarily executed. Exactly. You'll be refunded for your entire semester. Go fuck yourself. You've got 15 minutes to exfil our property, or you're all going to get tear gassed and hauled away by the police. You're trespassing. You're no longer students. Solve the fucking problem. It's that easy. It's that simple. But these people are beholden to money. They're slaves to it. They've been bought by Middle Eastern countries. Thank you, Melanie, for donating what you already donated. And we appreciate you calling you out just again because you're awesome. Appreciate the super chat, money.
I think that was a bit delayed.
The super chat doesn't add to our goal down here. But that's okay. We still appreciate it. But the thing is dude, what an impotent little imp. How can anyone take these guys seriously? How can you possibly allow students to speak to a president of the university? Do you know what happened in school? Dr. Selwood in elementary school. Do you want to know what happened when I misbehaved in class?
You got a spanking, I would assume. I mean, back then, no?
Mm-mm. I was paddled.
Yeah, well.
He would take down his Delta Chi wooden paddle that he was initiated with. That was a big board, this thick of wood with holes in it. And he would blister my ass with my father on the phone. And this is how the conversation went. Hey, Dick Spear. This is Mike Selwood. How you doing? Because Dr. Selwood walked into my class one day and I called him Mike. Like my dad did. And I said, hey, Mike, what's wrong? And he goes, stand up. Go to my office. I'll be with you shortly. And I'm like, oh, fudge. And I went into the school, went into the principal's office, sat down. He walked in, took off his jacket, and he wore a, big collar, puffy shirt type, the old 70s Mike Brady outfits, and pulled his jacket off and put it on the back of the chair and started rolling up his sleeves. And he picked up the cream-colored phone and rotaried and put it on a speaker little box, flipped the switch, and it pumped out of this little box like Charlie's Angels, Bosley and Max or whatever it was. And my dad picked up. It's Rich Spear. Hey, Dick. This is Mike Selwood. How are you? I'm doing good. What's going on? Which one of mine do you have? Is your son. Which one? Matt? Okay. What can I do for you? He's like, I was in class and I walked by and he called me Mike. Dad says, okay, what do you want to do about it? And he's like, I was thinking five lashes would solve the problem. But Dad's like, make it 7. And I stood up. I pulled down my pants, completely naked, bent over a chair, and he paddled my ass 7 times with welts the size of freaking golf balls on my ass. And as I was sniveling, crying, and exfilling my entire sinus canal, I got dressed. And Mike goes, well, Dick, I think we solved the problem. And he goes, good. He goes, hey, Maddie. Yes, sir. You're getting 7 more when you get home. And I did. But it was with a yardstick instead. So that's what, Ramon, don't, you might not want to go there. No. Some things are funny, some things aren't. My dead father, probably not. But the whole point of it was we have went from that, which was child abuse and way too severe, to please let me figure out how I can accommodate you and I can prostrate myself to your will and emasculate myself on a golden platter and serve my testicles to you to devour whatever you wish. I think that's the problem. What would happen to you, Liv, when you would get in trouble?
I didn't get in trouble.
Sure you did.
Very rarely.
You told me you got spankings before.
With my family,
Well,
my
that's
mom
what I'm
and
asking.
dad.
That's what I'm asking you. What would happen when you get in trouble, Liv?
Oh gosh, they used a back scratcher. That's what we got. Those long, skinny, not the curved part, but it was the back part. And so it was like maybe 1/2 inch wood. That's what we got. After my mom broke the brush over my sister's ass, she went to the back scratcher. Because my dad did his hand when we were younger, and then when we got older, it was the back scratcher.
To answer the question, Richard and Dickie, Rich are all synonymous. So, yeah. But the whole point is there were consequences for your actions, and now the president of a hollowed institution is literally talking to these petulant little shits and giving them clout and status that they didn't earn. What do these little shits know? They haven't done anything. They smell like a foot. They look like hobbits. Why? You know what I would tell them? Take a fucking bath before you talk to me.
I blame the parents. If they're...
I blame them all.
Yeah, I mean, I blame them too, but blame the parents. I mean, what parent is letting their child do this? And if I saw Hayden down there at a protest, you're goddamn right. I would be down there.
No reason to
blast.
No reason to blaspheme. No reason to blaspheme. Holy moly.
I'd be
I'm
down
gonna have
there.
to wash your mouth out with soap. Are you going to need to get a spanking later?
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd be down there pulling her by the ear, tell her to get her ass home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how old she is.
Mm-hmm.
I would go down there and take care of it and make sure that she never did that again.
No.
Same with Ethan. They would never do that. I blame the parents for not putting those kids in their place.
Well, what happens when you have the guy who is in a suit, who is established, who is put together, and he sounds just like this?
I also met with so-called pro-Israel students when I was there, just to hear about the anti-Semitism that they have experienced. And they told me it has been minimum. It has been overblown by the media. We have been uncomfortable, but we don't feel unsafe. I also met with so-called...
Someone tells me that's not true.
Even if it is, you talk to a group of people in a small area and ask them if they felt safe. Did you talk to every single Jew in America? Did you talk to every single Jew in the universities? Of course you didn't. And dude, shouldn't you be pulling a fucking fire alarm and getting these kids to exfil? That's what you're good at.
Oh, that's that dude.
Yeah, it's that dude. So here's Okay, I'm going to make this as clear as I can. And this video and this is so frustrating to me. And I'll tell you why. To the kids who consider themselves Trump supporters, to the kids who consider themselves to be conservatives, for the kids who consider them to be on the right, for you to act as stupid and as petulant and as immature as the ones on the left does us no good. And this is why I told you about J6. Everyone goes, oh, Matt, J6, FBI, and oh my God, and Ray Epps, and oh my God, Antifa, and Nancy Pelosi. I don't give a fuck about any of that. The point is that you went in and you were wearing Trump clothes and you shouldn't have. They were forced. No, they weren't. You had a choice. You made the wrong choice. Whatever you did, it was stupid. And what you did is literally just gave the left all the ammunition they want because they run the media. You gave them one event. Conservatives have never rioted in the history of this fucking country. We don't do it. We don't riot. We don't burn shit down. You gave them an excuse to wash away their sins and play ours 24/7. And you maligned all of us with about 300 idiots. I'm not talking about the other ones who went in the Capitol. I'm not talking about the 57,000 that were there that day. I'm talking about the idiots that were in the stairwell with zip ties and tried to break down doors. Those people are idiots. And you maligned us with them. And then this asshole decides to do this. And you literally play into their hands. They put an overweight black woman out there. And you idiots take it hook, line, and sinker. It is everywhere. It's all across the media. It's everywhere on Twitter. I'm not seeing anything else about the protests. I'm not seeing anything about the anti-Semitism. I'm not seeing anything about the hatred that's being espoused on these campuses. I'm seeing a black lady where some asshole white kid makes monkey sounds, and this is going to be all over the news. You literally take the narrative and you make it a hostage. And now this is all you're going to see. Oh, look at the white supremacists go ahead and make fun of a black woman. This isn't happening all over the United States. We know it's not. The protests are. The anti-Semitism are. It's happening over 300 different colleges. This one instance of a racist dick has literally given Democrats the ammunition that they wanted. Here it is. You freaking idiots. Everything else was fine, except for this, right? This asshole right here. This is something that you would see on in Louisiana when they're doing the Mardi Gras and they're throwing beads, and some asshole would tell a woman to show her lower extremities, which gets the whole thing shut down and gets ticketed. Like boobs aren't enough. Like them shouting her down wasn't enough. You had to act like a monkey and be a racist dick. And it literally holds the entire thing hostage. You completely hijack the good that's happening, which is you shouting down these assholes, and you become the asshole. It's like when African-American groups and the Klan literally get into fights in front of the courthouse back in the 70s and the 60s. There's a very big difference. The blacks were there to simply say, this needs to stop. We're not going to bend. And the Klan would come in there and try to kill them. Very big difference. Or the police department would come in and sick dogs in them or water cannons. That is a victim situation. This is you coming down there and you're playing the part of the Klan, you assholes. That woman does not need to be insulted because she's black. She doesn't need to be insulted because she's fat. She needs to be insulted because she's a fucking idiot. And now you guys are fucking idiots. Every one of you, because you're white and you're espousing that you're Trump supporters. And now you've maligned all of us with this, and you've made this a reality so the Democrats can say, look at this, it's happening all over the country. They hate black people. Trump supporters are racist. Liv, your thoughts on this? Pardon my language, but I don't care. Go ahead.
It's all dumb. It's all stupid. They're all immature, petulant little children on both sides. I mean, I don't even know what this video is. Why is this woman out there? And
she's protesting. She's protesting pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas.
Why is she coming up to that crowd?
Because they were shouting her down.
Got it.
And she's standing firm with her video camera so she can put it on Instagram and show all the white people who hate her, but not show the 25 minutes before where she was saying horrible shit about Jews. Everything was completely washed away when this guy demonstrated a racist, abhorrent. It's not, if I saw that guy, I'd grab him by the throat and say, what the fuck are you doing? We're not here to insult black people because they're black, you fucking moron. What are you doing? Go stand over there with them. They're the ones that want to go ahead and segregate based on ideology and race, not us. Get the fuck off of our side. You're pro-Hamas. You want to separate people by the color of their skin or the things they don't have control of, or how they grew up, or what their religion is, or what their ideology is, or what they have for dinner, or what they look like, or who they choose to sleep with. You're on the wrong side, asshole. I can't stand this stuff. It's just one guy, Matt. That's all they need. That's all they need. They needed 150 people to do what happened in J6 in that hallway, and Ashley Babbitt and that type of stuff, and the people who slammed fire hydrants, and those people who were knocking over cops and tearing down barricades. Yeah, and I know about everything that happened on J6. I saw all the video. I saw the ones that were peaceful too. I saw the people who just walked in and were guided in. Yeah. That doesn't excuse the people who didn't do that. And it took 150 people literally to forgive $2.5 billion in damages and 212 riots just because of one day on January 6th. Don't you understand? This is what they want. They want you to do this. Let the cops handle it. They already hate the cops. The cops get paid to be hated. I don't want to be maligned with this twerp. Nobody should. Yeah, Mel, I've seen the video. I've already played 100 of those videos. That doesn't excuse what this guy did. I can show you videos of black people. I can show you the videos of Jews. Of women, of Republicans. I can show you all of that. We've shown those videos. This is the one that's being played everywhere. This is the guy. So it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see the black guy who was surrounded by pro-Palestinians. Nobody's going to see the Jews that were stopped who had ID cards that were trying to get to class and were stopped because this guy had to treat this lady like a monkey. Yeah. Talk about cut your nose to spite your face. I mean, seriously. Seriously. How stupid. Last but not least, Robert De Niro. Liv, do you like Robert De Niro?
Yeah, I love his movies.
Like Meet the Parents? It's great.
Mm-hmm. Heat.
You didn't tell me about your cat milking days in Motown, Greg.
I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? I just, got his little teats and in a saucer. Just lapped up the milk with his little tongue.
Geppetto.
Oh, God. What? Her middle name.
Oh.
Pamela Martha Fokker. Question is, can you deal with that? I love Robert De Niro. I loved him in Heat, Raging Bull.
Casino.
Oh, great in Casino. So good in Casino. He's an amazing actor. And like most actors, I have to disassociate their stupidity with their acting.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'll never watch a movie.
Right. Exactly. Like, I would never watch a movie because of these idiots. Like Jack Reacher, one of our favorite TV shows. Dude, he is a complete twat. He is a complete liberal, hates Trump, bashing Christian. Oh my God, I can't stand the guy. I can't watch Reacher now. I'm just hoping by the time season 3 comes out that I forgot
the main actor.
Yeah,
I had no
idea.
Alan Richmond or something.
Richmond, whatever he is.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, he totally hates Trump. Totally hates Trump. You know, he's all Christian and he's perfect and all this other shit. I can't stand it. Angela Ashkin says, "Hi, Olivia."
I said hello to her.
Oh, I see. Okay. Here's Robert De Niro. And he hates Trump. We know he hates Trump. You know, he's
That was all of Hollywood.
He's gonna punch him in the face. Circle of trust. Guess who's back in the circle of trust?
Watching you.
I'm watching you, Greg. Jack talk Thai real well.
You have no upside.
Have we watched that with the kids?
Yes.
Have we watched it?
Yes.
I want to watch it again with them. That's a funny movie. All right, here's Robert De Niro.
You have no upside in having this conversation, in speaking out against Donald Trump. You are making yourself a target. The interview will air and he will immediately find a reason to talk bad about you in public. Yeah. But you're choosing to use your platform to do so. What do you say to other celebrities who don't want to alienate part of their fan base, don't want to step in harm's way, but they have similar megaphones that you do?
You know, the idea to be bullied at my age by someone like this is not happening.
I'm pretty sure you were never bullied.
No, there was a kid sometime this, that, but the point is not, and for the country, no.
Thank you, Sal.
And I think other people are going to have to stand up.
Thank you, Sal.
Because it's either that or you're going to find yourself in a situation that's so terrifying. We always hear about people from Eastern Europe, the Jews from other parts of Eastern Europe, from Western Europe, coming over. Look what happened in France with the Nazis and so on. And they come over and you hear these, and when I was a kid, they'd say, you don't really appreciate this country. You don't really appreciate what we know from experience. Imagine what those people went through. I'm just starting to see it. You know, as a kid, I said, Hitler, it's a nightmare that never would happen. But now I see that it's...
Give me a fucking break. You're worried about France? You're worried about the Jews in France? Most of the Jews in France got out. Germans weren't even worried about them. They blitzkrieged. They literally went and took Paris over in 72 effing hours. They hopped themselves up on speed and methamphetamines. They literally pressed and left behind scout squads to take over these towns because all the resistance was way up north, where the diversion battles were happening. It was a brilliant strategy. They weren't collecting Jews in France, you stupid shit. Jews in Eastern Europe and Western Europe. You just literally covered thousands of square miles. What the fuck are you talking about? Which parts? Are you talking about East Germany and West Germany? That was after World War II, you jackass. What are you talking about? Poland? We're talking about Auschwitz? Are we talking about Austria? What are you talking about? I think what he's trying to say is Germany. And the whole point of it wasn't to round up Jews right away and kill them, because that's not what happened. They started collecting Jews who were going to resist. And they started collecting sympathizers who were proportioned into German society who had loyalties to Russia, and people who empathized with Jews were rounded up. Doctors, lawyers, scientists. The people who were more than likely ready to resist. And they put them in camps. And then what they realized was that there was a frothing at the mouth. And simply grabbing the Jews wasn't good enough. That there were so many that they were putting in camps that they had to have a solution, because literally Germany could not sustain the amount of people that they were going to have to put into camps. So they started exterminating them. Most of the people got out of France. Haven't you ever seen the fucking movie Casablanca?
I have not.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. The point is that you're making it sound that the Jews who came to the United States somehow suffered some sort of indignation that wasn't equal to Italians or Irish or Asians, because it was the same. Not everybody was infatuated with legal immigration during those times. There were a lot of prejudices. There was a lot of this land is mine. There was a lot of animosity in Europe from some of these countries, and we remember that because we were English and we were hated because of the Empire of England and the crown. But for Robert DiNero to sit here and compare Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler, and somehow you're the party who hates Jews. This guy signed 3 accords with Jews. He brought peace to the Middle East. He signed anti-defamation laws in Florida because the Jews were being subjugated to hate. He recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He put sanctions against Russia and other countries like Iran who were subverting Israel. Israel is the #1 LGBTQ capital in the Middle East. They have more Muslims working in their parliament than any other country that isn't Muslim. Donald Trump has a freaking Jewish son-in-law in Kushner. He's the worst Nazi in the world.
Yeah, his daughter converted too.
Give me a break. Robert DiNero is going to sit here and not pretend that he didn't tell Donald Trump to go fuck himself and compare him to an orangutan and insulted his mother and that he was going to take him out back and beat the shit out of him. Now he's going to pretend that he's a bullied and he's a victim. We all remember. I did the shows on this guy. But the biggest thing is you're going to sit here and compare Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler, and you're not going to go ahead and compare the Democratic Party, who is espousing and supporting this shit against Jews right now. This is exactly what the Germans did. They misdirected and redirected the German people's ire and hate. And they found the people to blame, which were the Jews. The Jews weren't in charge of the military in Germany. They were in charge of the money. They were in charge of parliament. They were in charge of a lot of the businesses and corporations like they are today. And you hated them then, and they hate them now. And for the Democrats to sit here and pretend that his party is not literally emulating what the Nazis did in 1940 is just baffling, because you have censored non-Jews. You have maligned us with Nazis. You've tried to turn over the last 60 years that the Republican Party is the party of racism. We're the party of Lincoln, you sick bastard. You have perpetuated the lie for the last 75 years, and now you're trying to malign Republicans with Nazis? When you're the ones that are making Jews feel uncomfortable and supporting terrorists? Here's the rest of this bullshit interview.
But those people, and sometimes I run into some people who are close to my age, who are from Eastern Europe, European countries, or even Nazi Germany, and you understand it.
Did you ever care this much about politics?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not. I'm.
You obviously don't
not
care about
indifferent, but not-
European history and the story of what actually happened to the Jews. Does anyone believe that he knows what he's talking about? Liv, you can't read like I can, but does that sound like he knows what he's talking about in any way, shape, or form?
No, I don't think so.
I have friends, who are from Eastern, Germany and Eastern Europe and Germany. And no, you don't. Name one Jew that you know that was in the Holocaust. Name one. I bet he's going to give you some actor or some lawyer. I don't know any Jew that's comparing Donald Trump to Hitler. I've never remotely heard it. Have you heard any Jewish American stand up and say Donald Trump is Hitler?
No. The only people I've heard say that are liberals and some people in Congress.
And there are liberal Jews and there are people in Congress who are Jewish, but I have never heard anyone who is rational, whose loyalty is actually to Judaism and not some political affiliation or some union, who has said that Donald Trump is a literal Nazi.
But I'm so angry about what's going on, I don't see how it can be avoided.
That is literally the dumbest interview I think I've ever heard anyone give. Liv,
he wants to take you back and punch you.
Yeah, he can bring it. I'll break his hip.
You have no ups.
Liv, put a bow on it. What is this? I mean, what are we going to do with our kids? Where are we going to send them for education? Can we?
I mean, we've kind of stopped talking about colleges and kind of pushing more towards military and trade schools at this point. So, I mean, we can just hope that we've raised them correctly and instilled values and morals in them and hope that they trust us enough and love us enough when they leave that they'll keep calling and talking to us and share their feelings and tell us what they're doing so we can talk them off the ledge if they ever start to lean left a little bit. But something tells me I don't think we'll have a problem, especially with Hayden.
No, Hayden, she's seen liberal hate.
Yeah.
And the way she was treated when she wore her support Israel bracelet. And all of the friends and left-leaning friends who, called her a Jew lover and treated her like shit.
No, she lost some friends because of it. So, yeah, and she's too stubborn and she's too independent to let anyone really tell her what to think. So
she's too educated.
Yeah.
That's the
She's
thing
smart.
and we've taught her about 9/11. We've taught her about the Holocaust. We taught her about the Buffalo Soldiers. We taught her about the Civil War. She
watched Glory at 7.
Yeah. Yeah, she's seen all of these things. And we've ensured that we've had conversations at the table. And what have we always said to her? It's like liberals aren't the problem. The problem is there aren't any more liberals who have a voice. The voice has been taken over by Hollywood and the media and the universities. And the whole message is no longer classic liberalism, which is what conservatism is founded out of. It's simply progressive socialism under a different guise. They call it democratic socialism. What the fuck is democratic socialism?
I have no idea.
There's no such thing. That's oh my God. It's like talking inclusive supremacy. I believe in inclusive supremacy. How about you? Inclusive white supremacy is what I really appreciate.
Inclusive white supremacy.
It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, folks, this is the end of the week. Colorado Avalanche, we're bored. Why are we bored, Liv?
Because there's no hockey. Well, there's no Colorado Avalanche hockey.
The Avs made quick work of the Jets. Now, I want to address something. Tuner Monkey has been trying to get me to engage. I will not. I don't talk trash in the middle of the playoffs, and I don't talk about the team in the middle of the playoffs from that perspective when they're playing, and I can't. It's just a rule that I have. So I have to abstain and refrain. But I will just say, Olivia and I, the Astros have been winning a couple against the best teams in baseball, but they can't win against the Chicago White Sox.
They did this last year when they were really good. I mean, they freaking swept all the good teams, and then freaking the A's, worst team in the league, swept them. I mean, it just
yeah
figures.
Well, we appreciate you folks. The last cry is Down there, you will see the May goal, and that goal is to help the Don't Unfriend Me show continue to provide a free experience. We do this because our ad revenue is no longer being provided by Facebook. In fact, Facebook has restricted copyright manager, so people can use our stuff and anytime they want it. We don't get paid for it. It's a little disconcerting considering that happens overseas. So we've had to ask for donations for the first time in our history. Now, a lot of podcasts do this, and some people consider this begging. That's frustrating to me because that's not what we're doing. We're simply letting you know that you can donate to linktapgo.com/thedumshow. And here's the cool thing. We now have the Dumb Club at thedumclub.com, and you don't have to not get something for your money. We have some very cool packages available, and there's the Bronze Club, Silver Club, and Gold Club. It is now effectively working. We're adding more and more content every day. It's something that we're trying to grow and make bigger. We had our first conference last week. It was awesome. We had a bunch of people on Zoom. We do that every single month. And you can go to thedumbclub.com and look. So if you want to donate, you don't feel good about just donating, you want to get something for your money, there's a great opportunity to do that. But we would appreciate the help. We'll make sure we put your names up in lights. Liv, when are we back on?
We're back on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern PM.
7 o'clock Eastern. We do have news at thedumbnews.com. And also, as always, you can get some cool shirts. People have been stopping by and getting a lot of stuff. It's great. Coffee's been selling out like crazy. Thank you for doing that. I'm out of the Documents of Freedom books. I'm going to have to get those re-upped. So as soon as that comes in, we're going to be shipping those out on Monday for the people who ordered. We got a bunch of shirts that have been ordered. So thank you for all your support. We appreciate you.
Gosh.
We can't thank you enough. What?
Amy just told a joke.
Well, tell me.
Oh, okay. What's the difference between a genealogist and a gynecologist?
I don't know.
A genealogist explores the family tree. A gynecologist explores the family bush.
What if you're in a perpetual winter stage and it's no longer a bush like you?
A little too personal there, dear.
Well, no. What I mean is like the leaves have fallen off the bush. Is it still a bush or is it just
No.
It's just a non-foliage based tree?
Yes, Kevin. Ethan has a game tomorrow. We're going to change the subject.
Ethan has a game tomorrow. Yep, we're going to be going to
Yes.
that. And then what else are we doing?
I think we said we're going to take the kids to the movies. Although Ethan's been telling me he's got a sleepover planned with a friend for Saturday night. So
We'll figure it out. Folks, if you have not had a chance, thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do. Do me a favor. Please like this. In fact, I'm so disappointed. Folks, 76 likes. If you don't ask, it doesn't happen. I need everyone to do me a favor. Please go and like the show. That's the least we can do, right? Because if you get it over 100, it helps the algorithm. It helps people see the show. If you don't like it, it doesn't help at all. So I know a lot of people have not liked the show. We've got 175 people on. Please go outside Facebook right now. Give it a like. If it's on Rumble, give it a like. Liv, you don't ask for that. You need to ask for that. You need to engage.
I do. I ask it throughout the show.
Say it with your voice. It's a lot sexier when you talk, and you can do it that way. Be like, "Hi, Rumble guys. Please do me a favor and go push my button."
Oh my God.
No, it's not Facebook. If you're on YouTube, hit like. If you're on
it's the thumbs
Twitter,
up on YouTube.
Yeah, whatever it is, Twitter,
Rumble.
hit like. Share it.
Is there
like
a place to hit like on Twitter?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't see it.
Yeah, you can like the actual feed. You hit the heart.
I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing it's on Twitter.
I'm in the feed on Twitter and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Twitter. I'm so
I know, but
behind the times.
You need to learn.
You know what Ethan asked me today?
No. Tell me.
He goes, "How long have the abs been on vacation?"
See, get out and just go to the Don't Unfriend Me page, and there's a little heart that you can like it.
Okay.
No, you got to do it.
Get out of the feed.
Oh, Ramon, that's twice. You're not going to get a third time. I'm going to have to put you in timeout.
What do you say?
That's disgusting. I mean, there's jokes, and then there's. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's gross. That's gross, dude. That's gross.
I see it.
I'm not super sensitive, but dude, that's gross. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys Monday. I will have news out on the weekend, and we'll make sure we get that done for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for donating. Thanks for taking care of the Don't Unfriend Me show. We appreciate you. We're going to go enjoy our weekend. Good night.
Night, y'all.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.